Hi everyone, thank you for joining us this fine evening. I am Yashi from MyCaptain and I welcome all of you to yet another live session organized by MyCaptain in collaboration with Qfuss. And a big thank you to the Qfuss team for arranging and coordinating with these amazing mentors. Well, I think now is the time that we will invite our speaker of the evening, and Anubhav will be joining us in a few minutes. And there is Anubhav. Hi, Anubhav. How are you today?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Ashay. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great too. So guys, Anubhav is a security engineer at Swiggy, and today our webinar is going to be on starting a career in the field of cybersecurity. So Anubhav, without further ado, let's begin. But before we begin, a small reminder for our mentees. Guys, use the chat box for your technical queries, and if you have queries related to this session, then use the Q&A box and drop your questions there. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin the session today. So the first question that I have for you, Anubhav, is the question that everyone wants to know. Basically, introduce yourself, your education, and your current position.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So, I'm currently working in Swiggy as a security engineer. I'm part of the SecOps team, which is security operation team. And currently, my core work is related to handling the audits and the web application part. So we have different parts where cloud security is different and network security is different, and the application security is different. So currently, I'm handling the application security part here, and as well as I'm handling the automation field, and as well as I'm handling the source code review part also. And before that, I have experience around 4.5 years of experience in cybersecurity and the security field. So my overall experience in the application security only, and plus the source code review and the automation. Uh, yeah, so that's all from my
Okay.
side.
Okay. So tell us a little more about your experience working in the cybersecurity domain.
Yeah, I started my career in cybersecurity, I think in 2013 when I was in college in third year. We have a kind of a internship kind of thing in third year in engineering. So I did my internship from the Ahmedabad Tech Defense, which is like cybersecurity company again. So I did my 1 month internship there. Then I got interested in hacking field and this kind of field. So I just move forward my career in hacking this particular field. And then I joined CDAC Bangalore, and I did my post graduation diploma in IT infrastructure and security. This is 6 months diploma course. Then after that, I got selected in my first company, Digital, which is now Synopsys. And moving forward, I was in completely in this particular web application security field only. So my overall experience related to this field, it's very interesting field. First of all, like uh, this field is related to something like you want to do like uncommon things with the technology, but ethical way. So yeah, that's why I like this particular field. And you get to, like, the best thing is, like, the people will pay you for hacking things. So yeah.
Right.
And passion wise also, I am very interested in this particular field because when you see something, like for example any kind of website you will see, and in website you are buying some item, and you see, okay, if I can buy this item in lesser price, then what will happen? And when you successfully do that, then you are like, oh yes, I did something good, and now I can tell that I know hacking and this kind of thing. So yeah, its experience is very good, and but the field is very vast, and still I am learning so much thing. As I say that I'm not that great in cloud security part, so I'm still learning my cloud security thing. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the field is indeed very interesting, and you had some, interesting experience working in the field as well. Now, you've had prior experience working with Citigal and Rakuten as a security engineer and security consultant. So, can you tell us more about the roles and responsibilities in those organizations?
Sure. So I start with my first company, Digital, which
Okay.
is now Synopsys. Yeah. I joined Digital as an intern. So I did my 3 month internship there. And in the internship, how I selected in internship using by CDAC. So CDAC gave me opportunity to do the internship in Cigital. So Cigital is basically a client-based company. So in client-based company, usually what happens, the other clients will give you their application or source code or something. You will have to test it, and then you have to generate a proper report and send to them. So it's kind of like overall process there. So I joined, then my core work is related to the web application security. So whenever I got project, like let's say today I got one web application. So based on the how scope, based on how big is the application, we have like 5 days or 7 days time to test that application. And then we have to submit the report, we have to create the report, because in client-based company, from zero to infinity, you have to do everything. But in like in Rakuten is a product-based company, it's a Japanese company. So in Rakuten, the kind of work was different, but still I have to do the web application security part. But the work while I just need to audit the application and create the like vulnerability tickets, and they will developer will take care of that. So it's like work-wise, it's like less work, but yeah, so the kind of work I'm doing is like quite same. And the one more thing also, in Cigital, I was the source code review team. So in web application, in security field also, you have like so many fields. Like you have source code review, you have a web application part, you have cloud security, you have network security, you have parameter security. So these kind of things are there. So I was also part of the source code review team, where I have to check the code, and in code I have to find the vulnerabilities and report them as well as. So in a client-based company, this kind of work we do, and then I shifted to Rakuten. And in Rakuten, I was like doing the audits, periodic audit. Like after 10 days, the application will come. I have to test it. Then again, I have to, after 10 days or 1 month, I have to test the same application again. So the scope is limited in product-based company because you have your own applications. So you will get again and again same application. But if you want to learn something in cybersecurity field, so my personal suggestion is start with any client-based company, because you will get so much applications to test. You will get different type of applications to test. So you will learn so much, as well as I learned. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, so we have a lot of, mentees from tech backgrounds as well. So what are the skills, according to you, that are required by a cybersecurity enthusiast in this industry?
So skill set, if I start with the skill set, like first of all, you need a passion to do this thing, and how you will get that passion, that just try it out. No, I'm not saying that just go any website and hack it, not that. Just start with the basic learning of. So it's kind of chain when you learn something, like for especially for the like computer science students or some which is belong to computer science and all. Start with the programming first. So usually what happen in engineering time, what we do, like why I want to learn programming, I don't want to, it's very boring and all. But when you start learning, so any programming language you can take, it's not necessary you have to take particular language. Any programming language you have interest, just take it and do at least gain some basic knowledge in that. Like you can you can create codes like that. This much information you have to get, because in the end, you know, the web application part. So all the applications and everything is on I think code, behind the code. So if you know the code, then you can hack it. So and you can fix it. So you
Right.
need to know the code value. You need to what is the code behind that particular application. Then you can able to find the business logic flaws or flaws in that particular application. So starting with the first point, you have to learn any programming language is okay. And then you have to learn any OS like Linux, Windows, whatever you want to learn. So personally recommended is Linux, because it's really cool, and it's like when you do it, you have a feeling like you are doing something in terminal and all. So then in combination of Linux and any programming language, you will learn a scripting thing, and then you start like exploring little things. Like you just change your mind, like whenever you're seeing the application. So start with not seeing that application as a normal user. So start seeing that application as a like someone else. I want to just break into that. Like if I'm doing I'm exploring a e-commerce site like Flipkart, Amazon, anything. So what I will do, I just start with, okay, I have added this item in my cart, and how can I just make this value less? So what is the code behind that? Who is validating that code when I'm buying something, and how the code knows that this user is me only? So how this thing, this question yourself, and then try to answer that. Then you will learn small things. Then you will learn. Then you will make. I'm not saying you will do complete hacking thing in this field, but at least you gain some knowledge. how hackers think. So in like hacking field, we usually say like we have 5 steps. So first is like information gathering, so which is very like important step. So you first have to collect all the information about the target, and the information is not related to the like just okay, I know the target, this is www.amazon.com, so I know the target. It's not like that. You have to go to the amazon.com, you have to explore whole application, you have to each and every button, each and every click you have to explore. Then you have to make a note of the anything you suspicious you saw in that particular thing, then try to exploit it. So it's a basic thing. Yeah.
Okay, okay. What are some projects according to you, like you might want to suggest to our mentees so that they can work on their resumes as well as skills at the same time?
Yeah, so first start with your interest. So in hacking also, not hacking, in cybersecurity also, you have so many fields. So someone, let's say I want to go into network security, and someone will say, no, I want to go in a web application security. And the third person will say, I want to go in a cloud security. So these are the different area. So just take a project related to that. And if you are just a beginner, then take any project which is like kind of you are showing something. So first thing I want to tell you, just learn about the basic thing in the cybersecurity, like OWASP. OWASP is a like open web application security project, which is like open source, and you can learn so many things about the how the vulnerability is like cross-site scripting, SQL injection. So how the vulnerability you can exploit, how you can learn on this. So just learn about it and make your interest. Once the interest is developed, then go to that, pick a project, like small project only. Like for example, if you want to do a web application security part, so take a small project, like I will build the application, any language like PHP, Java, whatever. I will build myself, and I will intentionally make it vulnerable. Okay.
Okay.
Then I will test it again, and I will show other people like what are the vulnerabilities here. Like for example, I will create a web application where I will intentionally make the login page vulnerable, where anyone can log in without using a SQL query. So then I can show someone that this is my project about create a SQL injection scenario, and I have created that when you user log into the application, and I don't know the username password, but still I am able to log into the application. This is the first. The start with a small project first. Don't go with a big project or kind of thing. Start with a small project, but before starting with the project, also start with basic learning of the things, and must say programming and one OS learning. So at least you will get back end knowledge of the particular web application.
Okay, okay. Before we move to the next question,
Yeah.
guys, please don't raise your hands. We won't be able to take your questions like this. Drop your questions in the Q&A box, and we'll make sure that we take each and every one of them. Okay, so the next question that I have for you, Anubhav, is what do they expect from, applications or applicants during the interview? Like, what are the most commonly asked questions in this field?
Okay, so yeah, basic questions again. The when you are like fresher, so in this field usually people ask about the OWASP top 10,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
like OWASP top 10 is currently it's updated in 2017 again, and the list is new now. So you have to learn each and it's not like number you have to remember. You have to learn like
Okay.
first is injection attacks. So what are the injection attacks? How you can do the injection attacks, how you can remediate. So again, don't just learn about the exploitation, also learn about the remediation part, because in companies they will ask definitely how you will remediate that, how you will tell the developer to fix it. So also learn like 3 things you have to learn. First is what is this, like if I am hacking something, so what is that particular application, then how will I hack this, and then how will I fix this. These are the 3 basic things you have to understand. Then the basic question, yeah, this is first question, like over what is OWASP top 10. The second question, when you answered OWASP top 10, then maybe someone asks you in between that, okay, if you are telling the OWASP top 10 injection attacks is first, then what is injection attacks? Then injection attacks also like so many subfields like SQL injection and LDAP injection, these kind of injection. Then you have to learn basic definition, and definition. What I mean definition, not the theoretical definition. So when someone asks you that particular thing, you should be like ready with an example. You should be ready with the small part of code that this is this in this point. There is an injection. So yeah, this is the second thing. Third thing, usually they will ask programming language. So first they will ask, most of the companies will ask your preference on the program in the security field, like what programming language you are comfortable with. So let's say you are saying I am comfortable with Python. So we'll start questioning on Python, that how you will do this in Python, like how you will reverse this string. Then next question they will ask you about maybe networking field, because it's a very crucial field in cybersecurity networking. So they will ask what is that OSI layer and this kind of questions. And each layer you have to understand what the work of each layer. Then you have to understand what is the like overall network, how you can secure the network, and basic question, what is IP. So fresh, I'm telling the fresher, for fresher these are the basic question, what is the IP, and what is IP routing, and how you will get the others IP. So these are the basic, what is ARP poisoning, what is DNS attack, what is DNS caching. So these are the basic questions. So I'll tell you the fields where the companies ask the questions. So say maybe they start with the web application part, they will go to the network security, and they will go to the cryptography part, then they will go to the particular programming language or the Linux commands and all. So these are the basic, they look in the fresher.
Okay, okay. So that was about the applications, but can you walk us through the different job opportunities that are available in this industry and what exactly you have to do in those roles?
Yeah, so different job offering is like, again, there are so many fields. So if you know cyber security, so you can go in network security based
Okay,
on your interest. You can go in
okay,
web application security. You can go in mobile application security. You can go in parameter security. You can go in cloud security as well as. And there's other thing, we can go in the threat modeling part. And other thing there is, you can go as an infrastructure security. So these are the like major fields where you can go. But for when you are going in any of the field, you have to gain the basic knowledge of the OWASP top 10, or the what is vulnerability, what is threat, what is attack, what is exploit. These are the basic things you have to understand first. And you can't directly go into like, if I want to learn cloud security first. So it's not, there is no easy way to like, I will start the cloud security. I can do it, but I will not understand the terms there. And the other thing is, once while you are want to learn any kind of security, first start with there, not directly go into the security. Start with basic learning of that particular. If you are going in the network security, then first understand what is network, what is networking. Then if you want to go into cloud security, then first understand what is cloud, what is actually cloud is, and learn basic things about the clouds and all. Then you are able to do the hacking in that, or cyber security in that field.
okay, okay. So do you need to study a specific branch or can just anyone move into this role? Or like, how do you
For
start a career in this field?
Okay, so for starting a career in that particular field, as I say, you have, first of all, you need passion to this field, and patience also you need, because why I'm saying patience, I'm audible?
Anubhav, you're frozen actually. I think this is
Uh,
my internet issue.
I'm audible.
Yeah, yeah, you're audible now. Yeah.
So yeah, so I was telling. So what was the question? Sorry.
The question is, do you need to study a specific branch or can just anyone move into this role? So you were saying
Yeah.
that we
So
have passion.
yeah, and you need passion, and plus you need patience also. So why I'm saying patience, because when we start like that, because now there was a time where like these kind of things are very easy, because no one know about the security and all. But now the every company, everything, everyone knows about security. So when you start with the something like, there are a couple of vulnerable applications you for testing purpose you can use. But when you go this particular actual environment, like when you get the actual application, so maybe you will not get that much findings, you will not get that much vulnerability. So sometimes what happens, you will get demotivated, like this is very boring field, I don't want to do that. So don't do that, just patience, and learn. Then you will maybe sometime you will get the some vulnerability and all. So so the special field is not needed. Just start with the, as I say, start with basic programming language first. Once you have a milestone you achieve on the programming language, that okay, I can write a program and I can understand the program. The most important thing, you need to understand the programs also, because in hacking or cybersecurity, it's not like a writing thing, but you need to understand the things. Then when you understand the programming languages, then as parallelly you learn with the Linux and basic things, Linux command, how you write a bash script and all. Then once you do that, then start exploring the application. If you want to go particularly in application security, start with small things. The first thing I want to like personally suggest, start with your when you see any application in normal life also. So just try to explore the application on a hacker mind, not a normal user. Okay, just see the application, what is going on that, and start not directly hitting that application. It's like illegal thing. Just see the thing and then test it on your vulnerable, which are already there in the internet, the vulnerable application ground. Try the same thing in that.
Okay, okay. So, what are some tools and software that we need to know about before moving into the industry?
Okay, tools are there are n number of tools. So, but starting with like cyber security, you need a basically you need a proxy tool. So, what is a proxy tool? It's basically a tool where you can intercept the traffic. So, let's say I'm sending one request to the server. So, I just want to, because in browser we can't see, whatever clicking the button and we are getting the response. But in using the proxy tool, you can actually see what kind of headers are going, what kind of requests are going in the particular when I click on go button. So what is actually happening in the backend side. So for any proxy tool is okay. Like Burp is a OWASP Zap is there, and then other tool, the basic tool you need for testing purpose, automation thing. There are so many, like for SQL injection you need SQL map or kind of. But my personal suggestion is don't start your career with tool based first of all. Like learn manually first, learn manual testing first. Once you are good enough in manual testing, then parallelly learn with the tools, because first, tools will generate too much false positive, and that will maybe
Okay.
again give you the demotivation. Yeah.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay. So that was about tools and software. So if I want to say learn the cybersecurity thing, so what are some apps or websites or courses that you suggest we should do?
Okay, for a certification purpose, for a beginner level, it's a CEH certification. It's a well-known
Okay.
certification. So, yeah, it's a beginner level. You can start with that. So it's a paid certification again. And the apps, if you learn to freeware you want to learn, so there are like n number of things in the internet. You can start again. You just search OWASP on internet and just completely read about the OWASP guide is there. Actually, there periodically they launch the OWASP testing guide. So you can learn that application security testing using their book and all. So it's completely free. And there are a couple of courses, free courses are there in the internet. You can learn from there. But there are also paid courses also there. But if you want to do specific certification in cybersecurity, then the first certification is CEH. Then there are CEH, then there are OSCP, and the higher level certifications are there.
Right,
But
right.
usually, if you are starting your career with a company, any company, so for fresher, companies ask for CEH. CEH is sufficient.
Okay, okay. So now the next question that I have for you is that we've done these certifications and we have done projects. Now we want to apply for internships or jobs. So how do we do that? How do we apply for jobs and internships in this field?
Okay, so if you want to apply the jobs and internship for internship, so make contacts. So first of all, like they have now we have a couple of portals where like kind of LinkedIn and Naukri.com. So just make contacts and just try to reach out to the person who is already in that field, and maybe they have some openings in their company, so they can hire you as an intern or hire you as a employee also. And once you are like you have a contact, or you have like any, you can search on the internet what internship are going on, which company, and we start with the personal start with any security company. So they usually they will hire you fast, because if you go with a product based company or something, so maybe they don't have requirement. But in cyber security or security companies, they have requirements because they have so many projects. So maybe
Right,
they can
right.
hire you that time. And once you like your resume got shortlisted, so make sure that you have the practical knowledge of the things, because in the security field there is no theory, there is no, what you say, there is no scope of theoretical. Okay, when
Okay.
you are doing something or you are telling something like I know SQL injection, so the other person will ask you how you will do that. So whatever you will say, I know that, the other person will tell how you will do that. So you know, and practical knowledge you should have that particular thing. Then yeah, it's very. I'm not saying easy to get in this field, but if you have the knowledge, for if I give you the example, I have my colleagues and my friends which are like younger than me, but they are very good hackers. They have the knowledge. They have the like field. They have very much information in that particular field. So what they usually do, they just apply to the company and they show their work. Like you can create projects in GitHub and all. You can submit their your folders and project there. So anyone can see your profile, LinkedIn profile. Anyone can see what kind of certification you have already done. So this will create an impact on your profile.
Okay. Okay. So, Anubhav, that's about my questions. Now let's take up a few questions posed by the mentees. But before we go there,
Yeah.
guys, I am putting this link of feedback form in the chat box. Do make sure that before leaving, you fill the feedback form so that we know where we stand with our performance. Okay, so moving on to the mentee questions. The first question that mentees have for you, Anubhav,
Yeah.
is which stream of BTech did you do? Like, in which stream did you do engineering?
I did my engineering in computer science only. So, like for me, I started my career like when I did my computer science. So as I say, in third year, we have an internship project. In that project, I went to Ahmedabad and I did my one month project in tech defense. So I got interest there in this particular field. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. And we have a very interesting question. The next one:
Yeah.
how do you differentiate a malicious website from a normal website?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How do you differentiate? Yeah, how do you differentiate a malicious website from a normal website?
Okay, so identify the malicious website or the normal website. You can't just see and tell. You have to, as I already say, you have to explore the application. And if you have like pretty good tools like a proxy tool, and you just explore the application, see the request headers, see the response headers, see the like for the basic example, if you want to see like if you have a search field in the application, so how you will identify it's a malicious website or it's a like a normal website. So start with your like search in search bar. You can input see access payload and try with the input validation. And the other thing, what you I think the person is asking the how you will get to know this site is malicious or not, and it's a like valid site or not. So just see the URL properly of the website. Okay, if
Okay.
it's a HTTP website, first of all, don't blindly click on that particular link, and don't blindly click on any link which come into your email and saying that you want this particular amount and this. So this is a security best practice you have to follow. First of all, see the link. So sometime order for facebook.com. So someone might create a phishing website with Facebook and the spelling are like here and there, and someone will click directly on that particular facebook.com. So that is the bad practice. First of all, see the URL properly, match the URL with actual website, and see the it's a SSL encrypted or not. Like HTTPS should be there.
Okay. Okay. So our next question is: can you become a hacker by doing BCA?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Why not? So any field is even like if you know it's 10th class student also a hacker. That's not a like you need to do engineering field in this, getting this field. You just get to need proper knowledge and proper practical knowledge. As I say, once you have that, so if you are like not graduate, I think companies will definitely hire you. But if you should have the talent.
Okay, okay. So this you've already answered this next question, but I think you should answer this
Yeah.
question again in brief. What kind of jobs can a hacker get?
So once just I want to make thing correct here. So we are not hackers actually. We called as a ethical hackers, or we can say or as a security researchers. So in companies we usually call security researchers because we are not doing actual hacking on the systems. What we are doing is we are securing that particular network or particular application. And the job opportunities again there are it depends on the field what you want to, where you want to go. So if you want to go in network security, in security also there are a couple of fields: network security, cloud security, application security, app security, mobile app security, and the parameter security, infrastructure security. So there are like n number of fields where you want to go, but you have to make your interest first in that particular field.
Right, right. Okay. Um, Anubhav, are you there? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So Jaswant is asking, suggest some client-based companies where we can start.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
Working?
repeat it. There is some lag.
Uh, yeah, I think the question is incomplete, but the question is suggest some client-based companies
Okay.
from where we can start.
Okay, so client-based companies where you can start, like suggesting, if I say personally, I can recommend Synopsys, which I have worked for around 2 years. Uh, Personally, it's for me, it's a very good and very great company to start with your career in cybersecurity. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. So yeah, you can start, you can apply, try to make contacts there in Synopsys. Maybe they have the internship program or something. And other client-based companies, search on the internet. What are the there are, if you see like the tools which you are using in particular hacking. So just try to contact that tool company. Maybe like there is a Detectify scanner, there are Akinetics. So there are so many client-based companies which provide you the tools. So for example.
Okay.
Service provider company, try to reach any service provider company. So there are so many companies, I can't take names, but you can search it, you will get to know.
Okay. Okay. So Vikram is asking, will CDAC help
Yeah,
you
yeah.
in your career?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Actually, whatever I learned personally, it's not from my college. Definitely, I learned whatever I learned in that particular 6 months. That helped me to get a job, and that helped me to get in this particular field. Because in CDEC, I'll just give you the brief about CDEC. So what happened in CDEC when you join CDEC, they are like less care about the theoretical knowledge. So we have 9 modules. We learned about 9 modules. Like they are complete. It's not completely related to the hacking, but they will tell you, they will teach you about the network part, networking, cryptography, then Linux admin, then Windows administration, and the other things like hacking. Also one module there. So all the 9 modules are completely practical based. So you will get to know how to do things actually. So like you are learning, let's say you are learning Linux, you will get to know how to doing actual how to create a DNS server, how to configure a DNS server, how to configure a DHCP server. These kind of you will do it by yourself. Then you have maybe you will get interest in that particular field. So CDEC is like personally I will suggest, definitely it's a very good certification if you want.
Okay. Okay, okay. So our next question is that recently we saw a few high-profile Twitter accounts being hacked. So is it that easy to hack Twitter accounts in spite of them having so high standards of security?
Yeah, it's not that easy, first of all. And yeah, so that's what I've done. So we usually divide hackers in different criteria. We have script kiddies, which are like very freshers. They just usually do hacking here and there and in normal applications. But like this kind of sites, Twitter, Facebook, Google, so they are like very huge amount. They have security engineers there. They have so many things, but the security field is like that. You can't make a thing 100% secure. You can just make it harder. So this is that Twitter, Facebook, and Google. They are harder to like get to in that particular field, and they are very hard to break. But maybe there are some hackers, very good hackers. They are like, because black hat hackers. They're like from morning to night. They are just doing hacking and hacking and hacking. So they have that much knowledge, so they are able to do that. So it's not like that easy to do. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So Arijit is asking that he is a beginner and he wants to increase his knowledge in web application security and get an internship. So although you've already answered this question, but in brief, kindly tell him how he can go about it.
Okay, so if you are starting with web application security, so my first suggestion is start exploring the application on as a hacker mind. Okay, so exploring the applications, once you get that basic knowledge, and first of all learn that particular programming language. Any programming language is okay. Web-based programming like Java and all, just gain a basic knowledge on that, so you will understand the backend code of that application. Okay, once you get to know that particular web application, just start with particular, let's say you are exploring that application, then start with small things. If it is a payment gateway functionality is there, so just think about that, how you can break that particular payment gateway functionality, how you can do some kind of stuff, breaking laws in there and all. But for reading purpose, so I would suggest start with OWASP testing guide. So, and start with vulnerable applications. There are a couple of vulnerable applications in web internet. Just search about it and download it, configure it in your own system, and try to hack it. So that's a basic thing if you want to do in web application security.
Okay, okay. So Surya is asking, can you make a good career in pen testing?
Yeah, definitely. So I already said that there was a time which these things are very easy, but now everyone knows about security, everyone knows about pen testing and all. So every company is spending a lot of amount on that, their security researchers and all. So if you are good in this, then definitely they will pay you good amount. And the other thing was also, if you are like freelancing kind of thing, so there are kind of bug bounty things. Companies usually provide you the amount, like the bug bounty is what happens when you hack something in there. There's open bug bounty researchers. What will do, they will report vulnerability to the companies. Even like Swiggy also have bug bounty things. So when you report to Swiggy that this particular vulnerability I have found in Swiggy, so we will pay them usually like in dollars. So it's very good field to start. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So our next question is, this person is working in this field in a company, and he's saying that they needed to have prior experience before starting. So without any reference, how can you enter into a company in this field?
So, so it's not like, yeah, some companies are asking experiences. So it depends on what position you are applying for, first of all.
Okay.
So if you are applying for like, there are levels in the company. So security researcher 1, 2, 3 maybe. So if you are applying for 2 or 3 level, maybe they will ask definitely for experience. If you are applying for one, like kind of, for example, I'm taking security researcher 1, then maybe they are hiring for freshers, or maybe they are hiring for like 1 year experience, 2 year experience. So just try to go into that company who is hiring for freshers. And there are so many companies who usually, now previously what happened, they will hire freshers, but now what they are doing, they will hire as an intern. They will like train you for 3-4 months in that particular field. Then they will take again interview, and then they will finalize you. So these are the like normal process companies follow.
Okay. So this one mentee has done the CEH certification.
Yeah.
So they're asking if it is a good idea to go ahead with CompTIA certification to get a job.
Yeah, so CH also very good. As I said, for beginner level, CH good. So if you are starting your career in the security field, then CH like basic thing usually people saw. And the CompTIA certification is again like additional certification in that. So it's that's what I'm telling. So it's a never-ending field. So even when you are like 10 years of experience, so still there are so many certification you can do in that particular field. So
Okay.
the number of certification you will add in your profile, the more you get the chance to get a job.
Okay. Okay. So Jaswant is asking if the certificates from online courses like Udemy or Coursera would help to get a job.
Uh, uh, so again, so I'm not like a very kind of fan of certification in that particular field. Like your like Udemy and courses you are doing, what I am personally suggesting is if you are good enough in that particular field and you don't have any certification, but you can show them, like any company, you can show that that's what I did. So for example, for like hypothetical situation, what I give, like, so you are applying in Swiggy, okay, and in Swiggy, you, because before applying, you are like contacted me and you tell me that hi, I did this particular hack in Swiggy, and can I do an internship? And also definitely I think I will consider that person. I will try to consider that person, because I don't want that certification at all. If he has knowledge, but because the problem is sometimes the people not able to do certification because of the money problem, because these certifications are very expensive.
Right.
Okay, but they have the proper knowledge, and if they have knowledge, then definitely there are companies who just like prioritize knowledge first, not the certification and the what are the degree they have. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the next question is that there are a lot of people applying for the same job. So how can we differentiate our resume from theirs?
In this particular field.
Yes, in this case.
Okay. So yeah. So again, same thing. If you want to differentiate your particular resume from other person, so just mention what you have actually done in real life. Okay. Let's say you have participated in bug bounties. You have reported bounties to Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, Facebook. So this will increase your chances to get a job if you are doing that. Yeah. And I think personally now the field is like that. Because bug bounty is open for all. It's not like that you have to gain a prior knowledge. And if you just create a profile in any bug bounty form and start hacking and start reporting the vulnerability to the company, and once you get a proper acknowledgement from the companies that you let's say you have submitted findings in Swiggy, you have submitted findings in Amazon, so this will add this particular thing in your profile, and this will differentiate your resume to from other person.
Okay, that's interesting. So which operating system, according to you, is the best for hacking other than Kali Linux?
Uh, yeah, so basic thing is, yeah, usually people use Kali, but there is Bbox also, not Bbox, there is, yeah, Bbox is another OS. And there is one more OS, I just forgot the name here. But yeah, that is also, it's actually replica of Kali, because the Kali has more memory, or Kali has more space, acquire space. So there is a replica of Kali which you can use. There are less number of tools, but the basic tools it will already cover. So it's not. It's again. It's for hacking. There is no proper OS you can use, but yeah, the Kali and all they will definitely help you. So you don't need to download additional tools in that.
Okay. Okay. So Madhumita is asking, which is the best country to do MSc in cybersecurity?
India. There is no like country specific thing. So if you are do the certificate MSc in cybersecurity, just again search the colleges and all. Just start with your career. But still, again, what I'm suggesting is, if you are spending that much money, it's your interest. You want to spend it, but spend it in the right direction. So MSc and all, I think I don't think they will give you additional information. India personally I don't know, but other countries I don't know that they will give you additional information or not. So because in security field I think everything is on internet. So if you are home alone, you are sitting at home, you can still learn hacking, and you can still learn cybersecurity. There are so many vulnerable applications, vulnerable boxes. There are so many vulnerable machines. Whatever you do, everything you can do. You just need a laptop or computer. You just need an internet. That's it.
Okay. Okay. So Vikram is asking, what is the average package for a fresher ethical hacker?
Okay, so starting your career, like for average package, it again depend on the companies. So I start with around, I can tell mine. I start with around 3.2 LPA.
Okay.
The basic, I think the basic is the 3 or 2 point, but now it increased actually, because I get to know my interns are also getting very good paid. Like around they are getting starting it's 5, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay, okay, interesting. So Jaswant is asking, how are programming languages used in hacking? Like he's learning ethical hacking, and in that course, they're only teaching commands that are used for some specific purposes.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, that's what. So for hacking the programming language, how will help them? That's what I tell, that once if you want to break something, you have to understand that particular thing. Okay, if you want to break any website, you have to understand what the backend is working with their website. Okay,
okay,
for that that knowledge you need to learn the program language. So, and I'm not saying you have to learn the hardcore programming. You just need to gain a basic knowledge, and you have to understand the algorithm of the program language. So in the short word, if I say, just understand the logic of the program. If you are able, for why I'm telling that, like, let's say if you want to break a authentication mechanism of any application, you want to break, like you want to break a login field. So if you don't know how to, the backend is working on that login, okay, like what queries are running, is it connected to database or not? It is connected to the particular language, or it is connected to particular parameter or not? So maybe you will spend more time on that. But if you want to spend less time and getting result fast, so if you know the algorithm, if you know the proper logical flaw behind that login, then you will do it fast. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So our next question is, which language would you suggest we should learn first to get started? Should it be Python, or what do you think about CISSP?
Okay, languages, yeah, personally I started with Python. So yeah, Python is very good because Python also because Python is an interpreted language. So usually in Java and all, what happen when you have to run the whole code, and when the code is compiled, then you will get to see the results. But in interpreted language, what happen, you line by line, you will get the results, and you later, it's like you're doing something, so you will get interest in that particular language. And Python is like, because Python has so many libraries, inbuilt libraries, so you don't have to spend much time on writing the code. So you just import the library, and that will do work for you. And CISSP, I think it's not for freshers. CISSP is you need some prior knowledge, you need some prior experience in that particular field. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, Anubhav, that's about the questions for today. We've exhausted all the questions by mentees, and we are nearing the end of the webinar as it is. So, before we go, guys, I have dropped the link of feedback form in the chat box. To make sure that you fill it and tell us what more we should be doing with these webinars. And thank you so much, Anubhav, for joining us today. It was an amazing session, and it was very interesting and very insightful. So thank you so much for the amazing answers, and we hope you'll join us again.
Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much to the mentees for joining us today, and a big thanks again to the Qfuss team for arranging such amazing mentors for us. And you guys can check out Qfuss at their website, www.qfuss.com. And with this, I'd like to take your leave. Thank you so much for attending, all of you, and take care. Good night.